This is a review for tomorrow's quiz. This is Chapter 3, Section 1 through 4. And this looks very similar to the quiz. The quiz is a little bit longer than this, however. So the first couple questions ask about whether the terms are like or unlike. To be like, they have to have the same variables to the same powers. So as I look at number 1, they don't even have the same variables, rm and xy, unlike. Number 2, m to the 8th, m to the 8th. They both have an m to the 8th. N to the 3rd, n to the 3rd. They both have n to the 3rd. That negative 13 and that positive 11, those are the numerical coefficients. They do not have to be like, just the variables to the same power, which they are like. M to the 8th, m to the 8th, n cubed, like terms. Number 3, 13n squared, 12m to the 5th, n squared. Well, they both have n squared, but the first term, 13n squared, is missing the m to the 5th. They have to have the same variables to the same power. So these are unlike. Number 4, a number, negative 12, and 183, also a number. Those are like. I could combine those and get 175. They are like. Number constants are like. Then the next part of the quiz is going to ask you to simplify the expressions, meaning put the like terms together. So number 5, 9a's take away 2a's plus 5a's. Well, 9a take away 2a is 7a's, 7a's plus 5a's, 12a's. So I add and subtract the numerical coefficients and keep the letter constant. Number 6, as I scan across this problem, I see c's and y's. Only c's can go with c's, and y's go with y's. So I underlined my like terms in like numbers of underlining. So 4c's and negative 2c's is 2c's. Negative 5y's, yes, that's negative 5y's. And negative 8y's, same signs, add and keep. So negative 5 and negative 8 makes negative 13y's. Number 7, scanning across the problem, I see y's and x's. 9 and 8/10 y, and negative 6 and 8/10 y. 9 and 8/10, subtracting 6 and 8/10. 9 and 8/10, subtracting 6 and 8/10. I'm going to get 3 and no tenths. So 3 and no tenths is just the whole number 3. So 3y's. And my negative 5 and 2/10 x and my positive 7 and 2/10. Remember, you have to look left. So that's negative 5 and 2/10 x and positive 7 and 2/10. So different signs, subtract. 7 and 2/10, 5 and 2/10. I'm going to subtract those, and I get 2 and no tenths. 2 and no tenths is the same thing as just 2, whole number 2, x. And it's positive 2x's. Keep the sign of the larger absolute value. So positive 2x. 3y, positive 2x, or 3y plus 2x. Number 8, you have to have a common denominator. You have to have like variables. So p's, 5/8 p, and negative 1/8 p. 5/8 p, take away 1/8 p. Common denominator, so that's okay. I get 4/8 p, which we know if there's a factor that they have in common, you do have to factor that. You have to simplify that fraction if they have a factor in common, which they do. 4. So if I take 4 and divide it by 4 in the numerator, I get 1. 8 divided by 4 in the denominator is 2. 4/8 is the same thing as 1/2 p. And my negative 1/3 does not have a p on it, so that does not combine with anything. Negative 1/3. Number 9. 8/10 m and negative 3/10 m. Different signs, subtract. So 8/10 take away 3/10 gives me 5/10. So 5/10 m. And positive 15 and negative 6. 15 take away 6, positive 9. Number 10, 9 and 2/10 k and negative 3 and 15/100 k. Those are like terms, and that's 6, negative 6, not like the others, so that stays separate. So I'm going to go out to the side here, 9 and 2/10, larger absolute value on the top. Take away 3 and 15/100. Well, I'm going to have to annex a 0. 0 minus 5 you can't do, you have to borrow. 10 take away 5 you can do, you get 5. 1 take away 1 is nothing. 9 take away 3 is 6. And it's positive 6 and 5/100 k's and negative 6. 6 and 5/100 k, negative 6, or 6 and 5/100 k minus 6. 35 J's, take away a J. 35 jelly beans, take away a jelly bean, you get 34 jelly beans. Remember, this has a 1 in front of it. We don't always write it, and you don't see it there. 35 J's minus 1 J gives me 34 J's. 4 and 5/8 C's minus 2 and 1/3 C. Okay, so I'm going to have to subtract mixed numbers. And I have to get a common denominator. 4 and 5/8 and 2 and 1/3. Common denominator is 24ths. So 8 times 3 is 24. 5 times 3 you get 15. 4 and 15 24ths. Bring over that whole number. 3 times 8 is 24, so that 1 times 8 would give me 8 24ths. So 4 and 15 24ths minus 2 and 8 24ths. 15 take away 8 is 7 24ths. 4 take away 2 is 2. And larger absolute value is the positive 4 and 5/8, so it is a positive answer. 2, 7 24ths cannot be reduced. So 2 and 7 24ths C. So we're going to see a lot of simplifying ones just like that, number 5 through 12. And the very last thing on the quiz is practicing some expanding of our expressions using the distributive property. So 3 times 8 R's is 24R, and 3 times 4 is 12. Those are not like terms, so I don't add them together. They stay 24R plus 12. 7 times M is 7 M's, and 7 times negative 2 is negative 14. 7M negative 14, or 7M minus 14. 6/10 C, so my 6/10 C, 6/10 times C, sorry, 6/10 times C gives me 6/10 C, and 6/10 times negative 2, you have to go off to the side, go ahead, 2 times 6 is 12, 1 decimal in my product, so I have 1 decimal in my answer, and it is going to be negative 1 and 2/10, because that's negative 2. Negative 2, look left of that number, in front of that number is a negative symbol. So 6/10 C negative 1 and 2/10, or 6/10 C minus 1 and 2/10. 5 times 2D's is 10D's, and 5 times 13 is 65. So I get 10D's plus 65, or 10D's positive 65. Those don't combine because they're not like terms. There is one other question on the quiz that has to do with perimeter of a rectangle, where you're going to add up the like terms to get the perimeter of the rectangle. So be ready for that tomorrow. Study some more in your 3.1 and 3.4. Feel free to go back to those videos or all of your notes to study.